We're live.
We're live.
We're live.
We're alive.
Can you join? Yes.
One person is watching.
Oh, woo!
That's me.
2, 3, 4, 8, 12. Holy fuck.
Holy fuck.
Okay.
We're alive.
Yes. All right.
Morning.
Morning.
Hé, maar kijk dan, op
everyone.
mijn scherm zit je nog niet.
No, you have a delay.
Wow.
A big delay?
Big delay.
Big delay.
Presented by Big Delay Pictures.
Even je wifi uitzetten.
Uitzetten. Is dat
Ja,
beter?
4G.
Oké, wacht.
Ja.
Hi Fab.
Hi, folk. Did you already eat today? You just ate, right?
I just ate.
What was your window?
A little early today.
Why?
I felt like eating.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think I had like a 12-hour window or something.
I think now it's 10. I think 14 hours.
14 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright. And what do you normally do?
Usually 16 or 18 hours till I eat.
Alright. Always?
Almost always.
Alright.
Unless I go wild in the weekend.
And then?
I might continue eating later in the evening. And I won't always go later. Hey Mark.
Oh, Mark
Hi.
is here.
Hi Mark, join us.
I'm just checking to see if anybody sees the big
Screen.
which basically is a mirror, but
Well, it's actually TV, but...
I cannot pick my nose now.
No.
But good morning.
Good morning. Mark, where's your coffee?
Oh, fuck.
Too bad. So,
Hi Anne.
So, eating windows.
eating windows. Well, I think it's interesting. I think most people do time-restricted eating to lose weight. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And most people, I think initially, if you look up the media when it first started to get hyped, people only looked at time restriction and not at quality of nutrition,
Yeah.
which in our opinion is like the complete opposite way of looking at it. Because when we think about diet or restrictions in whatever you eat, if it's time restricted or calorie restriction,
Mm-hmm.
or food group restriction, is we do it for health,
Yes.
longevity,
Yes.
and not longevity, longevity, and not for specifically for losing weight.
No. I think we think what we do also in the rewire.
Mm-hmm.
First, we fix the quality of the food,
Of course.
and then we go to look in certain food groups,
Mm-hmm.
or we go into time restriction.
Quantity.
Yes.
Yeah, quantity, yes,
So that would be calorie restriction.
Yeah.
but it's not focus. So we always do quality first.
Yes.
So we try to make sure the quality of the nutrition is right. Then we're gonna individualize because certain people can stand certain food groups better than others. And once we have that defined, we're gonna maybe do something with time restriction, because most people eat too often, which leads to eating too much.
Yes. Hmm.
So
Maybe you can
She had a question.
jump into the question of Anne.
Yeah, but is it bad to use it to lose weight?
well, the question is, why do you want to lose weight? Obviously, well, because you want to lose weight. I understand that, but weight being heavier or lighter doesn't necessarily mean you're healthier or unhealthier.
No.
There's a lot of thin people who are very unhealthy, and a lot of slightly heavier people who are healthier. If you look at resistance, especially now, people who have say 5% body fat, or women who have 10% or body fat, are more prone to get sick when there's a fever going around, because the lower body fat you have less resistance to germs and bacteria. So and also if you look at, I think, nutrition performance, athletes who have slightly more body fat have more power output in workouts.
Look at the CrossFitters.
Yeah. Well, some are super dry.
Yeah.
But the best ones are aesthetically not the most pleasing to watch, because they're slightly... Yeah, well, because it gives more power output.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a difference between the goal you have and then what you eat and how you look. So there's just a big difference.
And I think it's not bad to use it to lose weight.
No, of course not.
But like we said, if you then don't focus on the quality of what you eat when you eat, then you're missing a big point, and you're missing other benefits that you also want to get with losing additional weight.
Well, and a lot of people think that if they lose weight they get healthier, but they don't know that if they like do, say, restriction on what they eat, that they can build up a deficiency in like micros, like vitamins or minerals, and which over time will cause more damage underneath the surface, which you won't notice until like 2 years or 5 years or 10 years.
True.
So that's especially with, and it also depends on where you get your food, I think. Because if you just go to the supermarket and get all your vegetables and meats there, and the meats have been frozen for a year, and then you eat them, it's different than going to a local butcher or farmer even and get your stuff there.
Yeah.
Right? Where do you get your food?
I now order at Crisp.
Crisp.
I don't get any
any
endorsement
discount?
from them. I don't get any discount by promoting them. Crisp,
Mhm.
I order there. We talked about it. You told me about Lindenhof Farm.
Yeah, they
which
have these
has
food boxes now.
Food boxes now. I didn't know. I checked into those, but I do sometimes order meat at Schotse Hooglanders.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's also...
This is a farm in Groningen, which they have pure grass-fed beef from cows that can withstand the cold of our country and live outside the entire year because of their thick fur.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome quality beef, I think, for
Right.
here. And you?
Well, I have a local butcher.
Yeah.
Who works with a local farmer, so I get most of my stuff there. But I'm also looking into Lindenhof.
Yeah.
Because they're well known for their quality of meats and vegetables, and you can actually visit their farm to see how they work. So it's pretty interesting.
Lindenhof is close by.
So if you really want to see where your food is coming from,
Yes.
because if you go to like Albert Heijn, then you don't know where your food is coming from. It could be from anywhere. So, and the thing is that everything that's being produced, like in mass production, the nutritional density of the food, like, what is it, like half of what it was like 30 years ago, something like that.
If half,
If it's even half.
yeah.
Yeah. So
True.
So it's difficult to be well fed with the same amount of food as like 50 years back.
Yes.
So it's a big thing. So
I actually eat the lettuce is from my backyard.
oh, you have
I have some bok choy,
oh, nice.
fresh herbs.
Yeah, well, herbs are easy in your garden.
Yeah,
if you have
yeah.
a garden,
Yeah.
or if you have a balcony, you make like a small greenhouse.
Yeah.
and it's very nice. So
Thinking about buying a chicken.
yeah, but chickens don't lay that many eggs a year if you leave them alone.
But he's got some good meat.
You actually slaughtered your own chicken.
I slaughtered my own chicken.
Yes.
I thought it was only fair to at least once
Chop off the head of a chicken.
slaughter and butcher an animal that we eat almost every day.
How was that?
Was difficult.
Yeah, of course.
It was difficult.
You kill an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, on purpose.
Yeah.
For your own.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? Did you have to chop the head?
The head was on,
Yeah, of course.
but we left it on.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Then how did you?
Yeah.
You sliced it.
Slit the throat.
Wow.
And
Okay, this is interesting.
it it was so weird because it's
Get your
still
kids
warm.
away from the camera,
I
guys.
have no viewers anymore.
Oh, sorry, everyone left. And because the dead body is still warm, and then it was under guidance. It was under guidance of a professional butcher, a chicken farmer, and he said, "All right, now we're gonna start." So you start at the anus, cutting it open,
The butt cheeks.
the butt cheeks,
Yeah.
and I really had to. All right, now I'm gonna do this, and it really puts an intense amount of attention to what you're about to do.
Yeah, of course.
And then at a certain point, it stops being an animal, because then you see, you took the skin off.
Then you see the food again.
Then you see the food again. You recognize the food that you used to buy, and then it becomes much easier.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, you go in with the hand and you take out, in one go you take out all the intestines.
Yeah.
If you do that correctly, then you don't damage the intestines, and
Yeah.
you can keep the liver and other stuff.
All right.
And it was really interesting experience.
You did it once.
Yes.
Or now you do it every week.
I did that. No, yeah, would be a nice goal to kill and butcher all the meat that you eat. I know Joe Rogan does,
Yeah?
or at least
Some of it.
some of it.
Yeah, yeah, he has chickens also, right?
That would be really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
I think that would be the best way to.
Yeah,
to
but
eat.
it's not realistic for everyone.
Not realistic. So then the next best thing is getting from a local butcher or a farm close by
Mm-hmm.
something which you know the quality is very good, where they treated the living animals with respect,
Yes.
and you get most of you get a well-fed animal to feed yourself well.
Exactly. So why not go like vegan or anything?
Why not?
Yeah, or You've been vegetarian for a long time.
Quite a long
How
time.
long?
About 30 years.
How long have you been eating meat now? Again, 2 years.
I cannot tell you my age.
Well, you haven't been vegetarian since you were a baby, right?
I was conceived vegetarian.
Yeah. Well.
My parents became vegetarians before they got me.
Okay.
I grew up vegetarian until I was about 30.
Uh-huh.
When we moved to Africa,
Uh-huh.
and actually there when I started thinking, maybe it's time to go a different route with this.
All right.
First, I went even more into the vegetarian side, more into the vegan corner, and I thought, well, maybe there I will find it. But then, because living there, you have less resources than here. I think in a rich country, you can very well eat vegetarian and get all your nutrients from different sources. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it, but I think.
But it's possible.
But it's possible. But because we were there, and I thought, I don't know about this. To name one thing, if I would do a workout there,
Mm-hmm.
it would be like 5 days after that I would still feel like, I cannot do anything.
You need to stay in the frame.
Oh, sorry. And I thought, well,
Lean.
I don't need to do anything.
Sorry.
Don't kick the can, Mark. It's kicking the tripod.
And
Oh yeah, I see your head is on.
I'll be more here.
No, I turn it a little.
So that Fabian is out of screen.
Yeah.
And I thought, let me go completely the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Well,
start eating
completely
meat.
opposite is carnivore.
Carnivore. So not completely opposite. I still consider myself a vegetarian, but I just supplement with meat.
That's a good one.
That's a good.
That's a good one. Yeah. Okay. But how did that change for you eating meat?
Massively.
What did you notice?
Energy. Instead of being full, I felt fed.
All right.
So verzadigd en niet
Yeah.
vol.
Yeah. Saturated.
Saturated, and after a meal I felt I'm saturated, but I can do stuff. I'm not tired or
All right. And you felt
Or
that with
lethargic
being a
or-
vegetarian.
and I felt that
you've been
yeah.
tired for 30 years of your life.
Yeah. But the thing is,
Wow.
you only notice something when you change it. When it's not there, or
Mhm.
then it
Yeah,
becomes
of
there.
course. Yeah, that's the thing. It's also funny because I was talking to people from the Rewire project,
Mm.
And sometimes you say, "How do you sleep?" Yeah, I sleep very well.
Yeah.
How do you know? Yeah, no, I just know. So some people like drink coffee like the whole day through, and I'm like, well, maybe you should drink less coffee at the end of the day, so your quality of sleep is better. No, my quality of sleep is good. And how do you know? If you never known anything better, then it's within
Yeah.
your window of knowledge. But if you try to improve it, you might open up a whole new world of which you didn't even know was possible. Same with nutrition.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna, and that's what a lot of people notice when we do the Rewire project, is that once they start eating quality foods and take out the stuff that we tell them to take out at first, they're like, holy, I've energy and during the whole day, and it's like,
Yeah.
And people like, was it 2 years ago? We had somebody who had like a woman getting thin hair, and then her hair started getting thicker again, and she was so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice.
That's the best thing from the project, right?
Yeah.
Not even the training. The training is nice to see them improve on training, but
but
the things you accomplish or you get by changing the way what you put in your mouth every 2 or 3 hours, that's most amazing.
Yes, that's very interesting. And people get results that they didn't even know they would get, like better focus and happier and more energetic and.
I feel big. I don't want anyone to think we eat 100% of the time only the best quality.
No.
If after 2 days of eating crappy food, I feel so tired, and I go, oh man, is this how most people feel every day? I just want to sleep.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't want to do anything. I don't care. And already after 2 days or 3, mostly it's more like 3 days, it's hard to go back again to how I'm used to eating.
Yeah, because
it takes me a few hours, or it could be up to a day. All right, back to normal. But then after a day, I feel my old energy back, the energy that I'm now used to having. I feel that back, and I notice it. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is that the produced food is so addictive that your mind just hooks into it, and you really need to hit that switch. And because we know that it will come, it's easier for us to make the switch again. But if like for Christmas and you are with family and you eat crappy for like 2 days, and then you're like, oh, I need to start eating healthy again, and you're like, oh, but I want like bread and I want like chocolate, and then like
garbage is not that addictive. That's the
no.
thing.
And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna just do like a week of strict, and then after a week you're like, oh, it's so nice again, and I feel like, and then it's easy again. But the first week for me is always like, I used to drink 1.5 liters of cola every day when I was growing up.
Really?
Yes, 1 bottle a day.
That explains a lot.
Yes. And that's why I'm so high in.
Really, a lot of Coca-Cola.
No, Pepsi Max actually.
Pepsi Max.
Even better.
Nice.
The additives, not even the real sugar.
Yeah.
So bad.
So until what age did you do that? If we get questions, sorry, I'm not.
No, it's okay.
All right.
I'm checking back.
Oh, cool.
I'm till what age? Ooh, I think till I moved out of the house. 30.
31.
Last year.
Last year.
No, I think till I was 20 or something.
Oh yeah. Wow.
I had a paper route when I was growing up. When I was 16, I had a paper route. I don't know why, because I was horrible at it. Because I went to bed at 2 in the night, in the morning.
You have to wake up at 5 or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they called me almost every day for a year.
That you're late.
Are you still coming? Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what we do here as well.
But I would do my paper route, come back, sit behind my computer in the morning, drinking a mug of Coca-Cola or Pepsi Max, and then go to school.
Wow.
So I would drink cola at 7 in the morning.
Really?
And if I wouldn't drink cola on a day, I would get like a headache all day.
Well, it's better than the young guys and girls going to school drinking big cans of energy drink nowadays.
Monster Energy. Yeah.
Because it's like 5 doses of Coca-Cola in one can.
Yeah,
so
Together with caffeine and.
Was it 60
whatever.
cents or something? For almost a half liter.
Mm-hmm.
When did that start? Because did you drink that in school?
No, never.
No, huh?
No.
With me, it didn't
I think
exist.
somewhere in the middle of high school, Red Bull started getting really big. Somewhere.
Geef je vleugels. I remember the commercials, but
Yeah,
no
they
one in my
can't
school
make
drank
those
it.
anymore.
No, eh?
No, because it's not true. You won't get wings by drinking Red Bull.
But Red Bull was pretty expensive, and
Yeah.
nowadays all the
cheap ones. Yeah.
cheap ones are really, really affordable.
Yeah, but that's because like they mass produce and sugar is so cheap, so that's why they can make it so cheap. And quality food is actually more expensive because it also takes more time to actually grow it and produce it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's also, if you're more privileged and you have higher education, so you earn more money, it's easier to be healthier in our society. So that's the thing, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I think it's a difficult subject, and I don't think it's going political right now. I don't think there's enough money going from the government to the healthy to facilitate healthy eating for people with less money. I think less income. Because it's really easy to go to the McDonald's and have like a Happy Meal for like €2 or €3, whatever.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than going to get some good meat. Because if you get an organic chicken, what is it? Chicken breast? Pay like €7-8.
Yeah.
So expensive, and then you can't even slaughter it yourself. So you don't get the pleasure of
Okay.
killing an animal.
Killing an animal.
Yeah. So what are you doing now, nutrition-wise? You're doing intermittent fasting, time-restricted eating.
Time restricted feeding.
Are you following a certain philosophy on nutrition? I do more keto, so I go more to the high-fat, medium protein, low-carb side.
I'm usually what Mark Sisson calls the primal diet.
Yeah, it's in the middle.
It's like a paleo diet, but with maybe some cheese and yogurt.
Who's Mark
every now and
Sisson,
then.
by the way? Because
The author of the Primal Blueprint.
Mhm.
He's responsible for the blog Mark's Daily Apple, which is a very interesting source of information on, I think, any topic related paleo and primal living.
He also wrote the keto diet.
The
The
keto
book.
diet, the keto reset diet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have his book. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nice.
I have it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you look at the nutrition, the two nutritionists, Mark Sisson and Rob Wolf, are actually the two
Yeah.
we follow the most.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah.
No, I think we're more or less the same.
Yeah, I think so too.
And along the way, you find out different things, what work for you and what don't work.
Yeah,
for you.
that's also true. It's also how you feel when you eat certain things. So we always start with paleo. So we take out the bread and the sugar and all the crap. And then you start fine tuning. Okay, do I like more fat? Do I like more vegetables, fruits? How am I performing, recovering? How do I feel during the day? Do I get energy?
Yeah.
Am I clear-headed or stuff like that? So it's really.
So how do you with being more keto, so more on a low carb to very low carb diet?
Mhm.
How did that go for you in terms of performance? So alongside training, alongside
Mhm.
high intensity workouts like we do CrossFit, which is I think in many people's minds, well, but for workout you need carbohydrates, you need to fuel the body, which then magically directly should go to the muscles. So if you don't have that, how can you?
Well, the thing is, my energy system, which I naturally have, I'm pretty explosive. So my phosphate system is pretty good at adapting and also at recovering during workouts.
Yeah.
So whenever I do short explosive movement, I can handle it pretty well. If I go completely keto, and that means I eat like 50 grams of carbs a day, which is almost nothing, and then high fat, if I do more heavy lifts in a row, I get lightheaded, dizzy. So if I do a 100 kilo clean and jerk, for example, my head starts spinning.
I have that too.
Yeah, of course. No, but so with the really heavy lifts,
Yeah.
I need to cycle more carbs around my workouts.
Yeah.
So if I know I'm going to a strength phase and I'm gonna do more powerful lifts, heavier, I eat like a banana before and after my workout. But then the rest of the day I stay away from carbs.
Yeah.
So I cycle the hour before and after my workout to get more energy and to be more explosive. But the remaining time I'm kind of okay. My
with
energy
more-
system adapts really well, and it's not that you do a 3-minute CrossFit workout every day.
No.
So if you do that, you eat more carbs. But on the other side, it's like, well, the workouts are
Yeah.
15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You're fine on fat.
Hey guys, we're almost half an hour in.
Yes.
Dan has a question. Maybe
Yes.
other people have some questions also before we need to close for today.
Yes.
So
Dan wants to know, could you share any insights on the primal blueprint? What are your main outtakes on what you eat?
Folk. Good one for you. Can you explain what primal is before you explain that? Because we have paleo,
Yeah.
where we cut out all the sugars, additives, chemicals, bread, soy, beans, nightshade, stuff like that.
Yes.
So everything that might cause inflammation in the gut.
The
We have keto on the other side,
keto on the other side.
which is high fat, like 70%, 25% protein, and 5% carbs. And then there's primal.
Primal it's almost a paleo diet where you will eat cheese, a fresh cheese or a hard cheese or quality yogurt or
Mhm.
preferably a raw milk.
And how is that different than paleo?
No, so it's on the same page as paleo.
All right, but what makes it primal and not paleo?
I think that's the dairy.
The dairy aspect,
introduction,
because
the
with
dairy
paleo
aspect.
officially you don't need dairy.
No.
Yeah.
So super strict paleo will say no dairy. But
Yeah.
then there's because it
Well, I do no dairy because I'm slightly
Yeah.
lactose intolerant,
yeah
and it works. Well, it also works better for you.
better for me too. Where I think I had it with I talked with Mark about it. Sometimes having a good bowl of yogurt or a nice
Yeah,
full quark
sometimes
is
it's
just-
really nice.
just want to eat it. And I don't have any issues with hard cheese with an old cheese.
No, yeah.
And then so I will have that.
Mm-hmm. So
what did
then,
you
what's
wanna
your
know?
take on the primal blueprint? What's the question?
I like
main outtakes on what you
Yes.
eat.
I like it. So all the personal stuff it took some years to get to, but not really interesting to get into. It's just using that template, the paleo primal template, as a dietary guideline. But why I like the primal blueprint is how he has a big overview. It's not just on what you eat,
Mm-hmm.
because the book is also about how you move, what you do. Very similar actually to our 6 pillars of health.
Yeah. of
It's
course.
very similar to that. It's just moving often,
Mhm.
moving daily, sometimes lifting heavy stuff, enjoying the quality food that you eat. So not only eating for weight loss, not only eating for health or
Mhm.
longevity, also eating for fun of eating together with loved ones. It incorporates the whole view on.
Yeah,
on
so
all
also
of
the
that.
social aspect
Also
of eating, because it's also
Very.
that's very important.
very
Yeah.
right. What's the fun in eating just to lose weight or just to be a great performer or looking aesthetically perfect?
Well, that's the most important part.
Yes, the most important. But then you have to do it all by yourself. Now you enjoy that meal with your family.
Yeah.
I think this is just as big as the part where it impacts your health, weight, performance.
Yeah, but I think also what the important thing is that you incorporate everything in your life, so that you're not so rigorous about your nutrition that it interferes with the other aspects of your life,
Yes.
because you're incorporating it with family, and like, so it becomes a whole, and not like I have to eat this, so you eat something else, and then I eat, so you
Yeah.
kind of. So how do you, because you have a kid, right, a son?
Yes.
How do you do that with him, with the nutrition?
Multiple.
Yeah, but
We have. I'm more strict on myself than on him,
yeah, of
obviously.
course.
But mostly he eats what I eat.
Yeah, because he follows your example.
Yeah. So we eat that, but then I will give him some bread or. But like if we have a snack, it's the snack we have. It's some nuts, maybe some dried beef,
Mm-hmm.
piece of fruit,
So no
That's
wine
it.
gums.
but no wine gums
Oh.
and And no Pepsi Max in our refrigerator.
Yeah, okay. Well, if it's not there,
He drinks only water and tea.
nice. No coffee.
No coffee yet.
Fabian,
Yes.
Chanel would like to know what's the goal behind going low carb in general.
The goal, well, there's a few reasons. One, we're really addicted to sugar and sweetness, and the addiction. If you keep eating sugars and stay on carbs, you will keep your brain dependent on the sugars, which actually you don't need to. So if you get rid of the sugars, you will get rid of the food cravings and wanting to eat all the time, so the hunger will also be less. And if you cut out the carbs, your liver will use the fatty acids in your body and change them to energy for your brain, because your brain normally works on glucose, and if you don't eat that, the fat cells in your body will be turned into fuel for your brain. And in that process, your body will also clean up damaged cells. So the cells in your body will become healthier. The cells that might be damaged or cause problems in the future and inflammation will be washed out of your system. And actually the energy that will be sent to your brain instead of sugar, ketones, will give you more focus and better focus than sugar. So you're also clear-minded. So that's why.
And I think the cheapest way of anti-aging would be reducing carb intake.
Yes.
Because
definitely.
every time where you do get a big insulin spike,
Yeah.
is where it's quite challenging on the system and
Yeah, well, yeah, you just deplete the functions of your body till some point your body says, well, do it yourself.
yeah.
Or you get like a, how do you say? Well, like a modern disease like Alzheimer's or whatever, or like it's all correlated to heavy carb dependent diets.
A lot more studies are pointing in that almost all diseases have an origin starting
Yes.
from insulin resistance, or
Yes.
so just in that aspect it's already quite, I think, more than enough reason to limit
Yeah.
excessive carbohydrate intake.
And that's also why we say try it for a month, 30 days, and just see how you feel. I mean, everybody can like do it 30 days. It might not be the easiest, but if you agree with yourself, I'm going to do this for 30 days as an experiment and see how I feel, then, well, you get results. All you need to do, and that's what a lot of people forget, and that's the important thing, if you limit your carbohydrate intake, which is energy for your body, you need to substitute. So if you eat less carbs, you need to eat more fat. And that's the important, because a lot of people don't eat more fat because they're afraid they get fat,
Yeah.
which you get from sugar, not from fat. So they don't eat sugar, they don't eat fat, and then they say, yeah, I have no energy. Yeah, of course, because you have no energy.
Yes.
So you need to eat more fat, nuts, olives, maybe cheese, stuff like that, to get your energy in. So that's the important. So
Very interesting. We could go on for hours like this, but
well,
I thought we were.
we go on for 12 weeks like this in the Rewire.
Yeah.
So
If you're interested.
it's never ending.
Any final thoughts, questions from you guys online? Hit us now within the next minute or two, and then we're going to close the session in a bit.
What I think is most important for people to realize is that everybody's different nutrition wise.
Yes.
So it's actually, and it takes some time, maybe it takes 12 weeks, maybe it takes a year, maybe it takes 3 years, but you need to figure out what works for you nutrition wise. So you need to experiment and you need to put some effort in. Like you also, when you, let's say you buy a new car and you actually figure out how to take care of your car better than how to take care of your body, which is really strange because you only have one body and you can replace a car or whatever, but people know more about that than they know about how their body works. So I think it's your responsibility to figure out what food works for you and, well, how to get the most out of your life, changing your nutrition and changing what you move and how you do like the rest. Right? Have any questions or
Clément, you speak regularly about intermediate fasting.
intermittent fasting?
Clément thinks it's intermediate.
No, well, a lot of people think that.
Yeah, intermittent. So,
Yes.
Right. But what about total fasting for several days, once or twice a year instead? These types of retreats are becoming more popular.
That's interesting.
Yes.
We just talked about it this
Yeah.
morning.
Well, I think it's interesting. A good one for you to answer.
Well, like the other guy I follow, Peter Attia,
Yes.
he talks like we don't know the most effective dose of fasting, whether that's every day fasting for 16 hours or once a month for 3 days or a
Mhm.
week a year or 2 weeks a year. That we don't know. We cannot really measure that directly. So I think Clément very well to play with that. Nothing wrong with not eating for a couple of days, a few times a year. I think we've all experimented with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's every big religion does it. Humans have not eaten for several days or weeks
Yeah.
if there was nothing on hand. So I think it's more than it's just a natural part of a life which we don't have to do now anymore. So now we have to make conscious choices of doing things which we were originally
Mm-hmm.
pushed into not having to choose.
That's true.
It could be a good reset for your body,
Yes.
but also depending on the stage you're currently in already. If you feel already like crap and you're having a hard time, then it might not be the best time to do it, let's say 48-hour fasting also on top of that. Okay, but it in other times it can be a really good choice to have like a reset of the body.
Well, the good thing, I think, if you do a longer time restricted eating, so if you don't eat for a longer time, your intestines will actually empty themselves completely from everything that's left over and
Yeah.
in there. So
That's what I mean.
instead of doing an enema, which some people do and they flush the system, if you just restrict yourself to like a window of 16 or 18 or 20 hours not eating, your body will do that on its own and just empty everything, and then you kind of have a clean system again,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can go again. So that's also good for maybe fasting once a month for 2 days. You reset, you cleanse, everything is empty and healthy again, and then
Yes.
you can restart. So I think it's always a good restart because the system is empty, and then if you start adding healthy nutrition, you also get a better growth of good bacteria in your gut. So which makes you function better, gives you better mood, and well overall.
Oh, better mood.
Oh,
The
Mark!
mood.
Oh,
Mark!
hey, wait.
It's all about building a good system, right? A
Yes.
good engine.
Yes.
Then if something goes a little bit wrong or sideways, doesn't matter because you have a good functioning system instead of
Well, kind of compromising and then waiting for something bad to happen, and then everything falls apart.
yeah.
So yeah.
Okay,
So-
Clément.
Thanks, guys. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Thanks for questioning.
And if you have more questions, we'll be back, of course.
Next week.
For sure.
Yes.
If you have specific questions for me and Fabian, let us know. We can reschedule and meet again in this setting.
Or you can book us yourselves.
If you want us for 3 months,
Yes. Well, we're gonna start.
I'm not horrible for 3 months.
Rewire in
Yes.
September.
Definitely, 1st of September we want to start on site again.
Okay.
So the first week of September we'll start a new rewire for 12 weeks. So sign-ups are open.
Could be fun.
Yes. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye bye.